Welcome back to the Kane and Day Show. I am your host, Kane. You can find me on Twitter and YouTube and TikTok at Killing Kane. I'm going to kick it over to my co-host here. He'll introduce himself and we'll talk about the first week of the MLB.
My name is Day. You can find me on Twitter, RealDayGaming1, and then follow the show on Twitter, The Kane and Day Show.
Just do it, guys. We want to be more exciting. We want to talk to you guys. All right. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the first week of the MLB. Day, why don't you start us off? Where do you want to go?
And we could throw like those stats out with the game time differences between this year and last year.
Okay.
Which is that they cut a half hour. The average time, basically the same amount of games played, one less from last year to this year, but it was 309 last year to 240 this year.
Mm.
That's a big chunk of time.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a couple of Mariners games so far, and the first game went 2 hours 14 minutes. And I believe the game the other day went 2 hours and 6.
That was like 2-0, right?
Yeah.
It was low scoring.
Yeah.
We were just looking at that 12-11 extra inning game with Cleveland last night. That was 320. That was 20 plus runs.
Yeah.
23 runs. Quick math. 23 runs.
3 hours.
And an extra inning.
Yeah, that's
which
wild.
Is crazy. All the averages seem to be up as well. I mean, it's only a 50-game sample, but batting average is up.
Out of first weekend, there was a ton of stolen bases.
There was 70 to be exact.
Ronald Acuna took that pickoff rule to full advantage.
I think a lot of guys are going to do that.
Oh, of course. I mean, he got the guy to pick over the maximum amount of times, took a giant lead, and stole a free bag.
A running start. Just a running start.
Not that
he can't step off.
Nope, he has to go home.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are going to take advantage of that as the season goes on.
I agree.
They were 70 for 84, so 83% is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean...
And there's good catchers in the league.
I mean, shit, last night, Ty France stole a bag.
He stole third, actually.
Yeah.
It was his first career stolen base. I did see that.
It was fantastic to see.
It's just funny to me. Like, I mean, anybody can steal a base now. Especially with it being a little bit bigger. 3 inches makes a difference. That's 4 inches, whatever it is.
Hey, don't let anybody tell you that size matters, alright?
I mean, Randy beat out an infield single to CJ Abrams last night, I believe, because of the base being bigger.
Yeah, that could be true.
And CJ is struggling. Right. That's an understatement.
Yeah, he was struggling with the Padres last year, too.
Well, opening day, 3 errors is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't play on Sunday because he got benched.
Yeah.
Benched. And then Randy's fast.
Right.
It was like an MLB The Show animation where they just kind of lobbed the ball over.
Yeah. Yeah, we
like he just beat it out. Like I actually saw that at IRL. It was crazy.
We see a lot of those. Let's talk about some of the good teams.
Good teams or good players?
Well, we'll talk about some of the teams that we think that have stood out so far, and they have some decent players. One of those teams that I want to mention would be the Minnesota Twins. They came out really popping this year. And Joey Gallo, with the new shift, seems to be thriving. 3 home runs, I believe he has, which is really good to see for his career to turn around like that. Because he bounced around last year. He really
did. I mean, he went from arguably the biggest market and team with social interactions online with the Yankees to the other arguably biggest team in the MLB of the Dodgers. Yeah. So if you don't perform, they're gonna come at you.
Right.
Which I think in Texas it wasn't like that. That's why he did well. And I think that's why he's gonna do well in Minnesota.
I agree too, and just the pitching for Minnesota has been really, really good. I mean, Pablo Lopez came out in their opening day and just absolutely sliced and diced.
I mean, they've only given up 5 runs in 4 games.
That's huge.
That's that's good.
Yeah, especially in a division with the team that's projected to win. And we'll
Yeah,
jump over to them, and that's the Cleveland Guardians. I mean, what, they're 4-1 right now
yeah. They lost opening day.
because they lost to the
They took 3 out of 4.
and then absolutely decided to pummel the Mariners, which was
Yeah, they
unfortunate
took
to
three out
see.
of four.
But yeah, they've been pitching well. The hitters that you don't think are gonna be decent were doing well. I mean, Stephen Kwan had 5 RBIs in game two all by himself. So there was
I
that.
mean, I feel like they just have guys just come up that nobody knows, like Stephen Kwan last year, and just show up opening day. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. It's been it's been really wild to see so far. What other teams do you got?
I am pulling it up. The Brewers 3-1. They
Oh,
opened
Bryce
in.
Terang hit a
That's who I wanted
grand slam.
to. They opened up in Chicago like they did last year. I think this kid is gonna be great.
Yeah, he's their shortstop, right?
Yeah,
Or
short second.
probably playing second.
He is playing second because of Adamas, but they have him listed as a shortstop on here, which is hysterical.
Well, that's what they brought him up as, but
It's true. Like you said, he hit the grand slam. He's got a double. He's got 2 stolen bases already.
yeah,
This kid's going to be good.
he is. I agree. I think Bryce.
They have a couple good kids on this team. Garrett Mitchell's another one.
Garrett Mitchell is fast as
Yes.
fuck. That dude.
Yes, he is.
Like, we all think
They have.
Corbin Carroll's fast, and don't get me wrong, Corbin Carroll's fast, but Garrett Mitchell's right there.
Yeah, I mean, and then even in right field, with losing Avi Sayo, it's kind of tough because he was a good bat.
Mm-hmm.
This Joey Weimer, he is very good at the plate. He's got great discipline and a canton of an arm, from what I've been told.
You're hoping that these call-ups and all these new players for them kind of rejuvenize the organization, especially with all the drama that went on last year.
Yeah, and I watched an interview with the owner, and he sounded like he put a lot of effort into making sure the team is good. He does want to be competitive. They want to win.
Here's the
which
thing,
was good
though.
to see.
Here's the kicker. You did all this to be good when Corbin Burns is going to be gone by the trade deadline, or at the trade deadline.
Yeah, he did make a comment saying there is a chance they sell, but there's also a chance they buy, depending where the team's at.
Well, I think this is Corbin Burns' last year in Milwaukee.
Most likely. They might even move Yelich for the right price.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the price is very high for
It can't be.
For a struggling ex MVP of the league. I don't think that his price should be high.
No, it's either that or they're going to let him walk like the Dodgers did with Bellinger, who did hit a home run over the weekend.
He did hit a home run.
Or was it yesterday?
It was one of the days. But,
I know he hit one.
I do think that with all of the things that have went on with Corbin Burns in that organization, I do think he'll be moved this year. It's just tough because he's one of the best pitchers in the National League. He really is.
Yeah.
And the fact that team management and stuff is not talked great about him, which is wild, when he's put up Cy Young numbers every single year. Crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird behavior, but
yeah, I mean we'll see where it goes from here. Let's see, another team we could talk about. The Angels are scoring a lot.
They are. That offense is actually producing, which is shocking.
Yeah, that bottom half of the lineup destroyed the Mariners on Monday night. Because you had Jake Lamb go 2 for 2. Hey, Logan O'Hop didn't do anything really, and unless it happened later. But it was Brandon Drury and Jake Lamb.
Gio?
Gio, I think, struck out twice. Or he got out twice. But then Shohei hit a 2-run bomb. It was not great, but they've got hitters this year. They really do.
And their pitching. Their pitching has been playing.
Yeah, and not to mention you just got hit with a 4-game suspension with Anthony Rendon. So, shouldn't have grabbed the fan.
Shouldn't have called him a bitch.
Yeah, he's a professional, though. Should be used to it by now.
That is true, especially for how bad he's been in LA.
And, I'm sure Jesse Winker called him a bitch last year.
Oopsie poopsie.
But yeah,
You know what?
Oh, go ahead.
I would say one team that shocked me is the Astros.
Yeah, why's that?
They're 2-3.
Could we be looking
It's
at
a slow start.
Could we be looking at a World Series hangover?
I don't know. I think missing Altuve sucks at the top of their order.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of the glue.
Yeah, I mean he's a good jump start to lead off an inning, lead off the game.
Right.
Decent in the field, except for playoff time. Don't hit the ball to him. Actually, you want to hit the ball to him because he can't field it. It's scary. I don't know. I mean, Jordan's hitting the ball really well. He's still seeing it like he was in the World Series.
Yep.
It's just their pitching. Hunter Brown gave up 4 to the Tigers last night.
Ouchie.
In 3 1/3.
Shouldn't have thrown it there.
I mean, he had I saw this clip on Twitter of the nastiest curveball I'd ever seen. It made me think of Justin Verlander from 2011.
Mm.
At 87, I think it was. It was quick, but it had just so much break.
It's that knuckle. He does the knuckle curve, so it's kind of disgusting all around.
Yeah, I still see very high potential in him. He struggled against the Tigers in Detroit last year when he pitched here. Because, I mean, he went to Wayne State. That's in downtown Detroit.
Right.
So, and I believe he is from this area as well.
Mm.
Don't quote me on that, though.
Okay,
I know Jake Cronenworth is, though. Trust me. I remember that one. Yeah, it's just... I think they'll be fine. It's just a slow start.
Not some bright spots. Let's talk about the Mariners. Oh, man. They're 1-4 so far.
They're just not pitching well.
No, Luis Castillo came out and shoved. Then Matt Brash made J-Ram look absolutely silly. Munoz kind of struggled. Came out with the win, though. Then you go to the next Friday game, and Robbie gets shelled. They let him go 90 pitches, which is wild because Luis Castillo was at like 60 or 70 through 6. And they let Robbie Ray go, which then ends up putting him on the 15-day DL. Logan came in and pitched game 3. Didn't do terrible. And then I believe Marco pitched. Got absolutely lit up. And then you had George Kirby get shelled for 3 runs last night.
I mean, that's not horrible.
No, but then your bullpen gave up, I want to say, another 3. So it's not been looking great. At least tonight they have Luis Castillo going, but most likely you have to face Shohei. So, looking forward to that.
That is a tall task.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
No shit.
Oh no, it's Suarez.
Oh, phew. Missed him by a game then.
To see.
That just means.
No, he pitches Wednesday. He pitches tomorrow.
Okay.
He's lined up to pitch tomorrow. Right? Yeah, 5th.
But yeah, the Mariners are looking tough to start the year.
Again, I think it's just a slow start.
It's game 6 now.
Yep.
It's game 6.
It's like what I told you on Friday when they lost. It was game 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. They still win a lot of games this year.
Yeah,
Um,
with a 162 game schedule, I mean, it's game two.
yeah,
They'll sort it out eventually. They have too good of a team not to. But same thing with the Astros. They both have too good of a team not to sort it out.
right.
Unless you get riddled with injuries, then that's just being unlucky. But
So if I'm Miami now, should they just make their home jerseys the throwback unis? Because it seems like they play
they're
well when they wear
they're doing
them.
that every Friday.
It seems like they play well when they play with them. So that team
I feel
should
like
be
they changed
exciting.
the hat though.
Did
I
they?
feel like the hat's different, like more modern. I don't remember it being that bright, unless the camera's just more clear. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it could be. I mean
It
it is
was bright
2023.
teal. I know. It's just bright teal. Those did look cool though, and I definitely
Yeah,
thought there was a black outline around the Marlins logo on the chest. But
we're also gonna get a lot of City Connects this year. The Mariners are getting one. That's gonna be cool.
so there's six more, which is I will fight that till I die.
I'm pretty sure the
It
Mariners one
doesn't make
gets
any
revealed this
sense.
week. I'm pretty sure the Mariners one gets revealed this week.
I think the Reds were first. Or no, the Braves were first, but the Reds were next.
Could we say that I think the Reds fucking beat the Cubs the other day?
Did they?
I think so. I think so. I mean, I just we don't have much love for the Cincinnati Reds on this channel. Not when your owner and GM don't care. It's really
Yeah,
tough
so
to
the
see.
order goes Braves, Orioles, Reds, Pirates, Mariners, Rangers. Or no, this isn't an or who wrote this? It goes Braves, Rangers, then the Mariners,
Okay.
Reds, and Orioles.
I thought I saw something that they were gonna get shown here soon.
They might get revealed, but they won't. It says May 5th.
Oh, okay,
There's
so
no
yeah.
on for the Braves. They will wear it on the field Saturday.
Okay.
That's Saturday, the 8th.
Okay.
Whatever the 8th is, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Um, this says May 5th, so I'm assuming that might be the reveal date, and then they wear it like a month later, or a week later, something like that. But
Mm.
uh, I still think only giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams a year the jersey is beyond dumb. But that's my own opinion. The Red Sox have had theirs for 3 years now, 2 years now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
by the time Tampa, Detroit, any team that doesn't get one this year, I mean, it's time for a new one at that point.
Right.
But
Right.
yet Nike can make a whole new Connect jersey for the NBA every year.
Right.
Doesn't it makes sense because they make more money for them? But
Right.
I feel like a lot of people would buy them. Even the Colorado fans bought that. I
I
liked that one, but I was
I
weird for
did
it.
I did not like it.
A lot of people didn't like it, but I was weird for it, and I'll accept it.
I wanna talk
I liked
about one opening day standout guy. I think you know where I'm going with this. Good old Adley Rushman.
Oh, it was a
Opening
fantastic day for him.
opening day went 5 for 5. The
And the home run.
Adley Rushman tour is here. I think that he's just so complete. He's so good.
And then he proceeded to get 2 hits in the next 3 games.
Well, it's just a long season, as we've said.
It is a long.
But going 5 for 5 on opening day, that's something to see.
It's a positive note for the Orioles
Yeah,
to see out the gate,
and like I said,
especially against the Red Sox
you
on
hope,
the road.
yeah, you hope John Means is back soon and pitching at 100% because I think once you get John Means back, this team is just gross. Did Grayson make the squad?
Um, Off the top of my head, I don't believe so.
That's wild if he didn't.
If he did, he didn't pitch yet, and he pitches tonight.
That's crazy.
The MLB Twitter released their top 10 pitching staffs.
Uh huh. Let's hear it. Let's hear it real quick.
I'm trying to find it. I don't have it completely up. Where is it? Oh, did they delete it? They should have because it was criminal. No, it was the Tampa wasn't on it.
That's crazy. I've seen the Mariners being like top 5 in starting rotation.
They weren't on it either.
And bullpen. That's crazy.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to find it now because I want to. You know that?
And then as soon as we're done, you're gonna be like, "Hey, I found it."
Yeah, it was on Twitter. I should have. That's why I normally just send stuff to myself because then I don't have to worry about finding it.
Mm.
So it was Gallon. Maybe it was MLB Network.
Well, while you're talking about that, I wanted to talk about Kyle Lewis real quick. Super happy for him that he's, on the Arizona squad to start the year, and he hit a home run, which was cool. I believe they won that game against the Padres. So
Yeah, they didn't win last night.
So Kyle Lewis, hopefully he has a good year. I'll always be a Kyle Lewis fan. So, really good for him.
The Blue Jays are off to a rough start too. Their pitching staff 9-9-4-9. Those are runs given up. Their first 4.
They gotta figure something out, man. Like I like Varsho there. But man, that outside of Manoah and Gossman,
Varsho's hitting the ball. I mean, they're scoring. Don't get me wrong. The Blue Jays have been scoring.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not. Pitching just can't. Like Manoah got rocked for a lot. That game opening day was game of the year so far for me. It was from the I believe 6th inning on. Every inning was runs, and they just kept trading the lead, and it was great.
Yeah, that's wild.
Until the Blue Jays just couldn't score in the 9th.
That's wild.
It was a fun game to watch. There was base hit after base hit. It wasn't drawn out walks and stuff like that. It was a fun game, at least for me to watch.
You know what team has also been very hot? That's Atlanta.
Wow, we knew that going into it.
I mean, man. You getting Acuna at the start. Austin Riley staying hot. This team is just gross from head to toe. Are there any other teams you want to talk about?
Yeah, Mets, Brewers, Braves, Rangers, Phillies, Yankees, Padres, Astros, Blue Jays. Yep, this is it. I found it. It's actually on MLB.com.
All right, let's hear this asinine list. Start us off at number 10.
Number 10 is a tie.
Okay.
I wish I was kidding. It's the Mariners.
Okay. I feel like that should be a little higher. They've got a really great pitching staff, but
and then it's a tie with the Angels.
Okay, I could see the Angels being there just for the simple fact of how many additions they made this year. But
no. Top 10 is crazy. At 9's the Blue Jays.
That's a little.
Which really it's just Manoah and Gossman because Chris Bassett gave up like 6.
Are these just starting rotations?
Yes, just starting rotations.
Oh.
Rotations.
You just have Shohei.
You have Patrick Sandoval.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they added Tyler Anderson from the Dodgers. They have Reed Detmers if he can figure it out. But yeah, then it's the Blue Jays, which is crazy. Because Jose Barrios has not shown up since, 2020 with no fans. Right. That was the last time he pitched well.
Right.
Then you have the Astros, which I believe makes sense. Valdez is good. Javier is good. Urquidy, Garcia, McCullers when he's healthy. And then you have Hunter Brown, who I believe has the potential to be really good and be the number 1 in that rotation.
Right.
But 8 I feel like is kind of criminal. But at least they're in the top 10. Then you have the Padres with Darvish, Snell, Musgrove, Waka, and Nick Martinez. Seth Lugo through 7 innings. 11 strikeouts.
Dude, crazy
Sunday.
that Seth Lugo's a starter now.
It's crazy that he's on the Padres, not the Mets.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Then you got the Yankees,
Makes sense.
which the back half is kind of sad. Severino, Schmidt, and Erman. And if Nestor can deal well with the pitch clock, the Phillies, I can get behind that. Adding Taiwan Walker,
Mm-hmm.
Ranger Suarez pitched well in the postseason. Aaron Nola, we know, is at number 1. Zach Wheeler, same thing when he's healthy. Number 4 is the Rangers.
And you have John Gray and Dane Dunning,
Nathan Eovaldi,
and DeGrom.
Martin Perez.
Oh, that's right. I mean, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but fourth best starting rotation in all of Major League Baseball.
And that's all because Jacob DeGrom's there.
And he lost opening day.
He did.
3, you got the Braves, makes sense. I can get behind that, especially if Soroka could come back. Oh, God. Fried, Strider, Wright, Soroka with Charlie Morton as your 5th. Like, I mean...
Is Spencer their ace now? Or is it Kyle, right?
No, I think it's still Fried.
Okay.
I think it's still Max.
I think Strider's close.
He's close, but I think Max has more experience.
Right.
Strider's got like half a year.
Right.
The Brewers are at number 2, which they have a top 3. But 4 and 5 scare me.
Well, let me guess. They have Woodruff, Peralta, Burns, Ashby.
Nope. Ashby's out of the bullpen.
Really?
They have Eric Lauer on here, Wade Miley, and Adrian Hauser.
Oh. Okay.
And then number 1 should be very easy. It's the New York Metropolitans.
Okay. They got...
With Scherzer, Verlander, Senga, and Carrasco. That's their top 4. I could get behind that one. But
I could like that. I like that a lot.
How is Tampa not in this?
Because we don't trust anything that MLB Network puts out.
Who wrote this? I'm going to look this guy up. This guy wrote a book?
Oh.
What?
Ouchie.
It's not a New York Times bestseller. Don't worry about it.
But
yeah,
all in all,
rocker.
Through the first 5, it's been a pretty good season so far. Numbers are up when you look at batting average and everything, which is cool to see. And players seem to be having a lot more fun out there.
I'm excited to see some dark horses.
Yeah,
they really have a good April.
Me too. I don't know if we've got anything else on the dock for the day. Then that was.
I think that's it.
All right. Well, if you're watching over on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like on the video. Comment down in the comment section who has been your biggest surprise so far through 5 or 6 games. Also, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you know when our videos go live. That'd be great. If you're listening over on Spotify, go ahead and leave a review. Let us know how we're doing. Also, hit us up on our Twitters. I will tell you that where they're at right now. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Killing Kane. Day, tell them where you're at one more time.
On Twitter, it's Real Day Gaming 1, and the shows is the Kane and Day Show.
There you go. Now you know where to find us. Hit us up. Let us know your sports opinions. We like talking sports with everybody. Trust us. We do it all the time. But anyway, I'm Kane, and he is Day, and we'll talk to you guys next time.